Hello, my dear children. Welcome to our YouTube channel where we are dedicated to helping you write amazing compositions. Our channel is designed to provide you with practical tips and guidance on writing, whether you are working on an essay, a story, or any other type of composition. Our goal is to help you find your unique writing voice and hone your skills so you can produce work that's both engaging and thought provoking. So join us on this journey and let's explore the power of writing together. Here I have brought another question for you from your previous year question paper from year 2019. It says, write a composition in 300 to 350 words. Summers are becoming hotter with each passing year. Write a description of one such very hot day. What did you see and hear as you walked outside? How were birds and animals affected? So let's start. Again, this is a descriptive narrative type of essay. It is a type of writing that uses vivid language to describe a scene, person, object, or event. The writer creates an image in the reader's mind by using sensory details and figurative language. The format of this type of essay typically includes: first, the introduction. This sets the stage for the rest of the essay and includes a brief overview of the scene being described. In this particular question, also, children, the hints are already given in the question itself, where when it says summers are becoming hotter with each passing year. So you have to write this part in the introduction. Then, for your body paragraphs, again the hints are given where you will see and hear whatever like you see outside or you hear when you walk outside. The next para could be how the birds or animals are getting affected, and then you can conclude your composition. So, here I provide you some hints or some questions that will help you in building the ideas further. In the body paragraphs, this is where the writer uses descriptive language. Descriptive language means you use more of adjectives and describing words to create an image in the reader's mind. Each paragraph focuses on a specific aspect of the scene, person, object, or event. So you can follow these questions or you can create your own questions also, children, to build up your ideas and to write a good composition for the body paragraphs. Here I provide you questions like what was the atmosphere like outside on the hot summer day? What effect did the heat have on the birds and animals? How did the heat make you feel? What were some of the sounds and smells you noticed? What was the sky and the landscape like? What did you do to escape the heat? And you, as you all know, we need a concluding paragraph as well. This wraps up the essay by summarizing the main points and reiterating the overall mood or atmosphere of the scene being described. I have earlier also I have told you all that in concluding paragraph you don't have to write something new. You just have to conclude or to wrap up the ideas that you have already written in the introduction and the body paragraph, rewrite them in a different kind of language which shows an effect that okay, here you are concluding and you are giving the message of your overall writing. So, overall, the goal of a descriptive narrative essay is to transport the reader to the scene being described and evoke a strong emotional response. It is important to use descriptive language that is specific, sensory, and vivid, as well as to use figurative language to add depth and meaning to the description. Here I provide you a simple mind map which will help you in building up your ideas and organize all your thoughts and ideas in a way which could help you to write in detail. And when you organize your ideas in the form of a mind map or the bubble map, then it is easier for you later to write in a well structured manner. Even in your exam, in the working column, you can make a center bubble where you can write the central theme of that essay and what are the body paragraph. If you suppose you are writing three different ideas in three different body paragraphs, try to find out which ideas you are going to write, and then again you can what I can say, you can take out three more points. Suppose here how I have told you in temperature, so under temperature you can take ideas like scorching heat, sweat on skin, heat waves rising from the pavement. In the similar way, whatever your key ideas are there for the body paragraph, try to support these ideas with two three more ideas based on each key point. So you can take help from this mind map, and then let's start with our sample essays which I always provide you. So the first sample is: as I walk down the street. Children, don't forget the title. I couldn't help but feel the intense heat that seemed to be searing my skin. The sun was shining so bright and it felt like it was right on top of me, burning me with its rays. I looked around and noticed that even the trees and plants were struggling under the scorching weather. The leaves on the trees had wilted and hung limply, while the grass was dry and brown as if it had been burned by the skin. Sorry, the sun. The sound of chirping sparrows filled the air, and it was the only sound that could be heard, as the birds and animals seemed to be in hiding, seeking refuge from the heat. I could see the cats panting, their fur sticking to their skin, and dogs were lying in the shade with their tongues hanging out of their mouths. I continued walking, and I could feel the heat radiating from the pavement, as well as from the walls of the buildings. The asphalt was soft under my feet, and the smell of asphalt and exhaust was overwhelming. The sky was a deep, inky blue, and there was no sign of any breeze to bring any relief from the heat. As I walked, I could feel my energy sapping away, just like the birds and animals. The heat was so intense, it felt like a physical presence, and all I wanted was to find some place cool and escape from it. I walked towards a nearby park where there were trees and water features, hoping to find some relief. When I finally reached the park, I was met with a welcome cool breeze that seemed to revive me. I walked towards a fountain where I dipped my feet in the cool water and felt a rush of relief. The sound of the water cascading down the fountain was a calming and soothing sound, and I could feel my body slowly cooling down. I took a deep breath and I finally felt like I could escape from the heat. I sat down on a bench, enjoying the cool breeze and the sound of the water. For a moment, I forgot about the oppressive heat and I felt I was in my own little paradise. I sat there for a while, savoring the moment before finally getting up and heading back into the scorching hot world. Here, the second sample for the same question. The title is The Heat is On, Surviving on a Scorching Summer Day. Summer is becoming increasingly hot as time passes. On one real hot day, I went out for a walk outside in the middle of the afternoon, surrounded by an intense heat wave. As if I were in an oven, I could feel the sun beating down on my skin. The heat was thick in the air, and it felt suffocating. The streets were deserted with no sign of life to be seen. In the trees, I could hear the buzz of crickets and hum of cicadas, their sound becoming louder and more persistent as the heat increased. I could see the pavement and roads shimmering in the heat as I walked, as if they were melting. The trees were drooping and the leaves were wilted from the heat. The once green grass had turned a dull brown, and I could see some animals seeking shelter under the shady trees. The birds had gone silent, and the once beautiful chirping sound of their songs had faded to a single, infrequent tweet. The animals and birds appeared to be as affected by the heat as I was. I noticed birds panting and flapping their wings in an attempt to cool off. The squirrels were too exhausted to climb and were resting in the shade of the trees. I could see the effects of the heat on the other animals as well, as they all sought a cool place to hide. They were struggling to survive because the heat had disrupted their normal habits and routines. As I continued my walk, I noticed how the heat was affecting others. Children were playing video games inside, and people were staying inside to avoid the heat. Even the pets were staying inside, and I saw some dogs lying in front of air conditioners trying to cool off. Finally, the wave had a significant impact on the environment and animals. The extreme heat was affecting not only humans and their ability to go about their daily routines, but also wildlife and their ability to survive. This is a concerning trend that must be addressed, and steps must be taken to mitigate the environmental impact of climate change. So, thank you, children. All the best for your exams. Try to write your own essays as creatively as much as possible because your own ideas would always be better than copying it from somewhere else. Thank you, everyone.